Hi everyone, Just James here, okay? And I'm here to talk to you about the icon that is Ciara. Alright, now I mentioned before Ashanti was carrying a genre, but not long after Ashanti, Ciara came onto the scene. And let me tell you, she was a smash, an explosion. We had never seen a pop star like her before. Donned the princess of crunk, that's how big she got. Now, crunk was a genre that emerged from the Deep South, and it was a hard-hitting genre in rap music, and the fact that the soft, angelic voice Ciara became like one of the faces of it was really, really iconic and different, and I'm going to tell you why. Okay, so crunk was notoriously a hard-hitting party genre of music that was mostly male-dominated, and the fact that Jazzy Faye had this idea with Ciara to put her voice with crunk music was amazing. Her debut song was Goodies, okay? And let me tell you, this hit us like a Mack truck, all right? Goodies came storming through the door, and it was never the same after. And upon research, I actually heard, like, in the rumor mill, this song was meant to go to Britney Spears at one point. And, like, Ciara had no idea about this. She had, like, worked with the song to, like, create it. Like, she helped write it and everything. And, like, she's mentioned later, like, had she known that, she would make sure she fought to keep it because it was the smash hit that she needed. And that's the thing, like, you hear the song, you listen to it back, and you listen to the lyrics, it's like, it gives off this face that's this, like, sexually charged song, but it's honestly about Ciara taking ownership of her body and her own sexuality. So good. And such a fun anthem in a crunk song that you wouldn't expect. But that's also, like, the way Ciara hit everything off guard. Like, all of her hits were all so unique in itself. Like, those first 3 albums were incredible. Like, you got Goodies, 1-2 Step, Oh! Also had slow jams like And I, which, let me tell you, that album, Goodies, was worn out in my neighborhood. All the girls were listening to Ciara, okay? Like, she was a phenomenon. Not only that, she managed to expand her sound upon her second album as well. Like, the evolution, can we talk about the evolution? All right, Like a Boy? Come on! Just, like, the androgyny in the video and the fact that, like, it was so ahead of its time as far as, like, the pop girlies were going because, like, no one was doing it like Ciara was doing it. Like, she was this phenomenal dancer. All of her songs were, like, finally etched into a genre that was fully her own. Not to mention, like, the evolution had Promise, which is honestly my favorite song from her in that video, where, like, I remember falling and busting my shit constantly against the wall trying to do that move she's doing, and failing every single time. Like, the skill in choreography that she was doing at this time is amazing. Many artists today wish their choreo was as clean as Ciara's was. Not to mention Get Up with Chameleon there. Like, going through her discography, I was like, holy crap, she had a ton of hits. Like, her catalog is extensive. And I remember Fantasy Ride, it was like a big gap in between. I think it was like 3 years from the evolution when Fantasy Ride came out. And, like, going into research on it, like, they gave her hell trying to release this album because she really wanted to expand her sound and switch it up. Like, she didn't want to get stuck in the genre of crunk because at that point, it was already starting to decline. It had a huge hot moment, and then it was starting to decline in popularity. And she knew, like, if she was already thrust as the face of this, it wasn't healthy for her career to stay in one genre. So she kept trying to evolve. And, like, I was looking at people's reviews of this, and, like, I don't remember Fantasy Ride the same way as apparently everyone else did. Because, like, I thought it was an amazing album. Like, when we finally got it, like, I dare you not to listen to Work and think that this is not a banger. Like, I remember going to gay clubs and hearing this song, okay? Like, there were many specific drag performances I saw to Work. And, like, the shit people would do to this, like, front flips, diving splits to this song, and, like, the hair whips to the Work. Oh my god, like, how has it not been a lip sync song? Not to mention it had a big chart topper with Justin Timberlake, Love, Sex, and Magic. Like, I feel like I remember this album completely different from everyone else. Like, this album went 3 times platinum in my mind, alright? And I kept wondering, like, what happened with Ciara's career? Where, like, it felt like she was really huge for a moment, and then it sort of started to decline. And as I started to research into it, there was a lot of industry politics going on at this point. And there were a lot of similar artists at that point that were releasing material that was very much better produced and much more nurtured than her label was willing to put into her. Like, her later albums, you notice that, like, there was a lot less and less push from the management and budget going into it to make her as big of a pop star as she should have been. But I argue it's like she still was out there and relevant, she just wasn't making music anymore. And what I discovered is she was one of the smart ones that parlayed her interest to stuff beyond music because she realized early on the politics and everything with music, and honestly, like, the money and the changing of, like, the landscape of music and how you make money in it, it's not worth staying in. Also, the last thing I remember was that song Ride she released, which was an amazing song. And they also gave her hell for this. Apparently it was banned on BET for being too sexual and too suggestive. And when you watch the video, it's just like, I don't really see it. maybe I'm maybe my filters are different from others, but like watching it is like, what was the big deal here? Like, she's literally just standing in a one-piece bikini. I was like, I've seen far more sexually charged videos on BET that got played. Like, how is this too dirty? But Dirty by Christina Aguilera was played on BET at one point. Like, I remember it, all right? I was there. Like, how is that video okay, but Ciara'S wasn't? Like, it boggles the mind. She should be up there with, like, the icons of, like, the Beyoncés and the Rihannas and all of them. Like, I consider her that. But for the most part, I feel like a lot of people kind of like brush her aside, and I don't understand why. Because like the girl's got hits. Not to mention she's been releasing music here and there, and like it's been good. Body Party, come on now. But no, I wanted to make this appreciation post to the queen that is Ciara because she held a genre, all right, for that whole chunk of time when there weren't a whole lot of girls doing it like her. She was carrying it, all right, and we salute you, Ciara, because baby, you did that. And honestly, respect to a girl that says, you know what? The music industry sucks, they take too much money from you, and they always play politics. I'm gonna take charge of my own career, and I'm gonna do it the way I wanna do it. And for the most part, I will say she has. Alright, this has been It's Just James, okay? If there's any other pop diva that you think needs to get saluted, let me know down below. Because I saw some people mention Ciara in the comment section of the Ashanti video, and I thought, you know what? Absolutely. Like, I completely agree. But be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and until next time, bye!
Well, it's over now. Click my next YouTube video. Like, comment, and subscribe.